The East Bay was an exciting place last night. The A's and Giants met in the regular season for the 20th year, and the rivalry has not lost a step. Fans from both sides of the Bay packed the Coliseum for an exciting night of baseball. Game 1 went the A's way as Marcus Semien delivered a grand slam that sent the Oakland faithful home happy. Tonight, it's Sean Manaea's turn to take the hill in front of a packed house in Game 2 of the annual Battle of the Bay. A's, Giants, next. It's another beautiful night for baseball here at the Coliseum. Another big crowd is expected, and the A's trying to make it 2 in a row over their cross-Bay rival Giants. The hero last night was Marcus Semien. He hit a grand slam, and big Sean Manaea is going to take them on for the A's tonight. It's the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Has a chance to be a very good pitching matchup. Sean Manaea and Jeff Samardzija. And Ray, when these two guys are on, they got top-notch stuff. We may have ourselves a pitcher's duel tonight.
Should be a lot of fun watching two very good pitchers. One from the left side, a younger pitcher, and that is Sean Manaea looking for win number 9. And from the Shark, the A's had him. They know he's a good pitcher. He's a competitive pitcher. He's got the football mentality, loves to stay in the game. Sean Manaea, the great thing about him that we get to see, every time he takes the mound, he said, I want to keep learning. I'm going to say that a lot because every time he does pitch, he's learning something to help him in the future.
Terrific all-around game last night for Marcus Semien, and really about the last 11 or 12 days, Ray, he has looked like the Marcus Semien of old, so obviously completely healthy, and he showed it last night.
And that's the biggest thing because he came back into play after being on the disabled list right in the middle with the pitchers pitching very well. Defensively, he's starting to excel, really, and I think that's one of the important things for him because he's making the plays. How about this scoop at second to get a strike him out, throwing him out, and then the grand slam, that really helped the Athletics take the lead and hold the lead and pick up the victory. The great thing about Marcus, he's playing in a position where you want the defense. He's doing that, but he's also providing a lot of power.
All right, so the A's have won 3 in a row. The Giants have lost 4 in a row. We'll see what happens tonight. Manaea and Samardzija set to square off in Game 2 of this 4-game series. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back to the Coliseum. Looking forward to a good night of baseball here on NBC Sports California.
Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich. Limited time only.
Sean Manaea and the Athletics will try to make it 2 in a row over the Giants tonight. So Manaea and Samardzija is your pitching matchup. Game 2 of the series. Another big crowd filing into the Coliseum on a beautiful night for baseball. Let's check the game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 75 degrees, just about right. You have shorts and a t-shirt on and you're going to be just fine tonight. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Giants. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and here it is. Few changes tonight. Gorkys Hernandez will lead off in center field. Kelby Tomlinson is in left. Then it's Belt, Posey, Pence, and Crawford. Nick Hundley will DH. Wang is at third. Panic's at second.
Sean Manaea's second start against the Giants, and Sean looking for win number 9. He had a no decision in his last start. He did win the previous start, but Sean Manaea trying to do what he did against the Giants late June, and that is to win. It did not allow hardly anything as he won 7-1, 5 2/3. No runs allowed.
Davis, Bruckman, Joyce in the outfield. Chapman, Simeon, Lowry, Alonso in the infield with Maxwell doing the catching. So we're set for baseball as Gorkys Hernandez steps in. So Manaea kicks, and the first pitch of the ball game is a strike in the outside corner.
Watches.com for his pitch.
So we're underway. Gorkys Hernandez hitting .257 with 16 RBIs. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and pitches right down the middle, and it's 0-2. Chris Guccione is calling balls and strikes. Carlos Torres, Dana DeMuth, and Paul Nauer. The rest with Dana DeMuth, the crew chief. He's at second base. 0-2 pitch is rolled foul. Hernandez batted 9th last night. He was 1 for 3. Today he slides up into the leadoff spot with the lefty Manaea pitching.
Middle part of the batting order is kind of the same, just moving parts around top of the bottom for Bruce Bochy, the manager. Not quite to the point of pulling names out of a hat for a lineup. We have seen that, but Bruce Bochy, excellent manager. Probably once he does retire, he's going to be at Cooperstown. Excellent manager throughout his career.
1-2 pitch fouled straight back. Can't figure out what to do this year though with the Giants. They're 40-67. They now have the worst record in the major leagues. Just a little bit worse than the Phillies. 40-67. They've lost 4 in a row. In the dirt, 2-2 the count. Giants are 18-38 away from home, so nothing good for the Giants this year. They trail the Dodgers by 35 games in the standings. Dodgers are 74-31. 2-2 pitch, foul back. Count remains 2-2.
1946, they were still in New York. The New York Giants came west in '58. Mr. Posey is behind the plate tonight.
Another 2-2. Just a touch high. When the season's over, Giants are going to stop and go, what the heck just happened?
You know, when December 31st comes, they're going to be saying, yay.
Yeah, get a new year.
That's right.
3-2. It was 0-2. And there's a line drive headed for the left field corner. Bangs off the wall. Chris Davis will pick it up on the warning track, and Hernandez starts the ball game with a double. So pretty good at bat for Hernandez. He was down in the count 0-2.
Going to work it back to 3-2 and figure he's going to get the fastball, which he did down the middle of the plate. at a tremendous advance, fouling off tough pitches, and it's almost like Sean and I said, here's the pitch, hit it, just do something with it, and he does hit it for double.
13th double of the year for Hernandez.
Center cut, and that's a hittable fastball, and it's almost like a get me over fastball.
Pitchcast brought to you by Penn Fed Credit Union.
And if you have that kind of a bat, you want to be able to hit a ball that it does land safely instead of hitting a line drive and making it out.
Tomlinson, I don't know if he was bunting for a sacrifice or trying to push bunt. Push bunt is hard to do if the corner infielders are in.
Looked like he's just trying to get Hernandez over to third base in the first inning, giving himself up, and versus swinging the bat. If he does bunt, it's a sacrifice. It's no plate appearance, and many would say that if you hit the ball to the right side, you give yourself up. It should be some sort of a sacrifice.
So 1-1 the count to Tomlinson, with Belt, a left-handed hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle. Belt, Crawford, and Panic, 3 left-handed hitters in the lineup against Minaya, and we know that Minaya has been very tough on lefties this year. And that's a flare to right field, and that's a base hit. They're going to wave home Gorkys Hernandez. Here comes Joyce's throw. Instead, he holds onto it, and the Giants take a quick 1-0 lead here in the first. So Tomlinson certainly looked like he was trying to hit it to right field, and he just kind of flared one that way.
Matt Joyce must not have had a very good grip on the baseball once he got it, because Hernandez was sent. The ball was not hit that hard. Charging it nicely was Matt Joyce, but when he came up with it, did not throw.
Yeah, you're right. He may have had a changeup grip.
Yeah, because normally at least throw and hit the cutoff man, keeping Tomlinson at first, but no throw at all.
Now here's Belt. Shift is on. Belt hits one toward Alonso, who kicks it. Now he's got to scramble after it. He throws to Minaya, and it's late. That probably would have been a double play, but Yonder just did not pick it up clean.
Well, not only that, when it hit his glove, he didn't kick it.
He kicked it.
That made it worse. Instead of having the ball drop in front of it, at least get one out. He kicked it, got too far away. Minaya did his job getting there. Fortunately, it was a good throw. That's the type of throw that could have ended up in the dugout or close to it. And a quick throw by, he did throw it back. And nice play by Minaya to reach back over his shoulder to get it.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So it's an error, number 6 on Alonso and number 88 on the season for the Athletics. So still nobody out, and here's Posey.
Now it's called damage control for Sean Minaya.
Well, remember we talked about this in the pregame show, Ray, where the guys in the studio asked us about, well, don't let Posey beat you, because really the rest of the lineup, all the guys are having down seasons. But you said that means you can't let the guys in front of them get on, and in this case they have gotten on. So you don't have a choice. You got to go after him. And now it's 2-0. Posey, 328 is the batting average. How about that? Runners in scoring position. Very good early, but not quite as good lately. Good swing by Posey, fouls it back. Posey, 4th in the National League in hitting with that 328 average. He's 6th in on-base percentage at .413.
I said damage control for Sean Minaya, but also trying to help his teammate who made the error that might have been a double play, facing Posey with nobody on, but instead first and second. This is where a pitcher really has to bear down and not think that it's unearned anyway, but that's where you have to be good, and that's what he's facing right now.
Turner leads the National League, then a couple of Nationals, Murphy and Harper. The 3-1 pitch, a fastball at 90 miles an hour, foul back. So now it's 3-2. Tomlinson runs well. Belt not bad, so we'll see if they go. Posey does not strike out a lot.
No sign given by Bruce Maxwell, so it may be automatic that they're going to try to get Belt if it is a double steal and happens to be a strikeout.
The runners do go, and Posey hits a base hit to right field. Tomlinson will score easily. Belt throws to third. He's going to make it. It hits Belt, and Chapman gets to it quickly. So now it's 2-0. Still nobody out, and runners at the corners.
Almost like to have seen Sean Manaea do a spin move, because Tomlinson took off rather quickly and pitch up and away. Perfect pitch to hit the right field, and Posey does it perfectly. And he, matter of fact, has the setup in the stance that he can hit balls very, very well to the opposite field. And that pitch up and away takes it easily to right field.
He has a little bit of Joe Mauer, except obviously one's right-handed and one's left-handed. He's not afraid to hit the ball to right field. So here's Hunter Pence, who did not play last night. 7 home runs, 42 runs batted in. There's a strike. So 20 pitches already for Sean Manaea. 3 hits in the air.
Pulls his pant legs up any higher, they're going to be around his waist.
Yeah, they have shorts on. Play for the White Sox. Good pitch. Called the ball. Let's see if it was a strike. I think it was.
Yeah.
On deck is a left-handed hitter, Crawford. This one's popped up, shallow center. Belt is not going to go, as he will stay at third. So a big out there for Manaea, as Pence cannot get the job done.
Well, that's there for the taking. He just got fooled on a pitch that got out in front, and count was 1-1. It's not like he had to get out in front and swing the bat and shaking his head, and it's really because he hit a pitcher's pitch and really didn't drive it. There are times you look at the count, you don't have to swing the bat, and fortunately for Manaea, Pence did.
So 1 out. Here's Crawford, 231, 9 homers, 53 RBIs. First pitch, bounce to Alonso. He spins, he fires to second, that throws a little wide back to first, not in time. Belt comes in to score to make it 3-0. Semien had to work hard to keep his foot on the bag.
Well, Alonso knew the speed of Crawford, knew he had to hurry. He did. And then throwing back first base, and
Batting 7, designated hitter.
That's the throw. It's tailing into right field, and for Marcus Semien, he had to quickly return it. Crawford just runs too well.
So with 2 outs, 3 runs in, here's Hundley, who was the catcher last night. He is DHing tonight. Hundley was 1 for 4 with a run scored last night. That one's hit to left center, and it's hit pretty well. Bruckman's back, he's near the wall, and that one is gone. 5-0 Giants. I didn't think he got it all, but he obviously did.
Well, it's a warm evening, and the ball gets elevated. And it could go, especially that location that he just threw. Sean Manaea has not given up a lot of home runs this year.
Nope.
And it turns out his last start just cleared the wall at the 388, but just enough. Bruckman is playing him over in right center, and it went to left center.
So here's Jay Wong, who is the 8th place hitter. Fastball a little bit outside. So 5 runs on 4 hits, an error, and a big first inning for the Giants. Wong hits one foul right side, so the count even at 1-1. Wong last night was 1 for 3. He had an RBI single. And Jeff Samardzija has had a lot of starts in his career where his team, whether it be the Cubs or the White Sox, Giants did not get him a lot of runs. He's like, hey, what? 5-0? So how do I know that? Because the guys in the truck tell me this stuff. See, lowest average run support in the National League. Matt Moore, Jeff Samardzija, Ty Blach, 3 of the 5 guys in the Giants rotation. There's a strike. 3-2 the count. Giants are second to last in the National League in runs scored. And the pitch is outside, and it's a walk. Now the inning continues. That's the first walk by Sean Manaea.
He might want to grow his beard back.
Running
Go
right,
over.
second baseman, number 12, Joe.
Sonny Gray was traded to New York, who had to shave, and at that point everybody else said, okay, we'll just go along. We saw Gossett and Manaea last night. On the side, see Kendall Graveman sitting down. He's going to be pitching. He still has his beard. He's not shaved yet.
First pitch to Panic is a little slider for a strike. 264 for the Giants second baseman, 6 homers, 34 RBIs. 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts. In fact, he ended the game by striking out. And now it's 0-2. So 9th man to bat here in the first inning. Another slider this time. Panic lays off.
The A's trailed the Twins on Sunday 5-0.
That's going to be a base hit to right field. Wang is going to try for third. Joyce double clutched, and he's going to get there. So I think Joyce had a shot there at Wong, but he didn't have a grip again. So first and third, and the inning continues.
Question is the person they're calling for in the bullpen? It's the first inning. Sometimes
that's a fair question.
Haven't really gotten out yet. And Wong, I don't think, was going to be thrown out anyway because he was going on contact. Ball wasn't hit that hard by Panic. And Matt Joyce caught it again and just didn't have the grip again.
I think he had a play. That's Michael Brady. He's the guy warming up. And here's Gorkis Hernandez, who led off this inning with a double. Well, if you're a late arrival and you're an A's fan, you're going to want to know what the heck happened. Don't expect it from Sean Manaea. He's been the A's best pitcher throughout this season, best starting pitcher. And that's a strike. I don't know if it was on the swing or the pitch, but either way, it's a strike. So 1-2, 38 pitches.
Sean Manaea, if he stays in the game, will have to be his own long man, because if depending on the number of pitches he throws. 99 in his last start, 97 previous start against the Mets, both on the road.
Toward Matt Joyce, who moves toward the line. He's got it, and finally the inning comes to an end. Giants score 5 times, so the A's got some work to do. Plenty of time to do it against Samardzija. Lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Here it is: Joyce, Simeon, Lowry, Davis, Alonso, Healy, Maxwell, Chapman, and Bruckman.
And the Shark, Jeff Samardzija, makes the start. It will be his 22nd of the season. Of course, he signed a long-term contract with the Giants prior to last season. 5-11 with a .485 earned run average. He does have some run support. 21 home runs. Let's hope my partner is true when it comes to home runs to get you back in the game. The A's need to get back in the game.
Tomlinson, Hernandez, Pence, and then on the infield, Wong, Crawford, Panic, and Belt, with Posey doing the catching. So here is Matt Joyce, try to get the comeback started. The first pitch is in first strike.
See, he should have swung at the first and hit a home run like he did against Tanaka. Maybe change everything. Took it all the way. Maybe trying to get a grip.
Joyce, 13 home runs, 39 runs batted in, and he lines one fair down the right field line. Pence gets to it, and Joyce has a leadoff double. Matt Joyce swinging the bat well.
Oh, it was off speed after first pitch fastball, and Matt out in front. Really wasn't crisply hit, but just fell in, and a hanging curveball right in the middle of the plate. And I'm sure thinking, well, you have a 5-run lead, pitch the game like it's 0-0. So hanging the curveball doesn't help. Maybe sitting in the dugout as long as he did, over 20 minutes. After the first pitch was finally thrown.
Here's Marcus Semien. First pitch, a fastball fouled straight back. Marcus at .235, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. He's got good numbers against Samardzija, 6 for 13 with a home run in his career, and they were traded for each other.
Anytime a team gets this far behind, you just want to get on the board. For Samardzija, he wants to try to put up a 0. He's have an opportunity at least to get on the board.
Two pitches outside. Big hit last night from Marcus.
1-1 fastball, and it was gone.
So 1-2 here, trying to get Joyce home or over. Reach for it.
For the Giants, this was in San Francisco. A cutter that did nothing except lead the yard.
A's won that game 8-3. AT&T Park. That's where we will be tomorrow night. Another fastball fouled straight back. So he has not done well against the A's. He made 3 starts. The real bad one was in September of 2015 when he was with the White Sox. He gave up 11 hits and 10 runs in 3 innings. I remember that.
Yeah, he was not in the game very long.
Joyce trying for third, and he's out.
Wow.
And he's holding his left finger, but it was a close play. The ball did not go real far from Posey, and he hustled after it. He made a good throw.
Well, he committed. He went after he saw the ball in the dirt, but it did not get that far away, and that is a costly mistake. A big play by Buster Posey to get to the ball, backhanded the ball. Really looked like it's going to be past him, but he did backhand it, kept it close enough, and all of a sudden, A's do not have a runner on base.
2-2 pitch. Bet by Crawford, and that's a base hit. Well, Marcus Semien has a hit.
Well, there's the block by Posey. Really just an emergency. Stick the glove out. Did a great job backhanding it.
Third, second baseman.
It's a pretty good infielder. And a quick throw to third base. And a tag on Joyce. And boy, that last few steps by Matt Joyce had to be gut-wrenching. Saying, oh no, what am I doing? I got no chance.
It had to be a real good throw, and it was. Lowry hits one in the air, fairly deep center field. Semien goes back to think about tagging up. Hernandez has it. So that's out number 1. And that'll bring up Chris Davis. So that trade that we're talking about, it was Jeff Samardzija and Michael Anoa
position, left fielder, number 2,
to the White Sox
Davis.
for Chris Bassett, Josh Phegley, Rangel Ravelo, and Marcus Semien. It was December of 2014. So Samardzija really with the A's just for what, 2.5 months or so.
That was it, yeah. A whole bunch of guys. Hamels, Lester, Samardzija.
And Samardzija, when he was with the A's, he had another year to go before free agency. The A's saw a deal to be made, and they made it. Marcus Semien out of it, and Phegley, Chris Bassett.
Well, the contract he got with the Giants was huge, big contract, and the surprising thing at the time, people were saying, how can you give someone that type of contract considering the year he had in Chicago? Whereas the Giants thought that he would be much better than he was in that last year with the White Sox.
Samardzija last year had a decent year. He was 12-11 with a 3.8 ERA, 203 innings. He has gone over 200 innings in each of the last 4 years. And there's the walk on 3-0. Not that close.
That almost looked like a pitch around. Even though they're up 5-0, maybe a Shark just not sharp and have to go after it.
First baseman,
He's a tough guy to figure out statistically. He does not have a very good career record. He has not had a lot of run support in his career, but you watch him pitch, his stuff is really, really good. But yet he gives up a lot of hits, gives up a lot of home runs.
19 games under 500 on his record career-wise.
There's a shot, base hit center field. Here comes Marcus Semien. He's going to score. Chris Davis makes a big turn. He's got to hustle back. He's safe, and the A's are on the board. So Samardzija not fooling anybody.
Well, I'm glad Chris Davis didn't keep going to third, because that would have been 2 outs on the base paths. But at least the A's score a run. Hard shot up the middle by Yonder Alonso, lifting the leg, elevated fastball, back up the middle, hit hard. Samardzija kind of got out of the way. He had no chance to catch it. Neither did shortstop Crawford. That's how far. If Hernandez had thrown behind the runner, he threw to third, but if he had thrown to second, he'd had Chris Davis by 10 feet. Fortunately, by the time the throw went to third and got back to second, he was in safety.
So still only one out, and here's Healy. So it's 5-1. Curveball is low. 2 outs, excuse me.
One of the problems that a team has when they score a bunch early, in the A's, of course, Sean Manaea and the A's bullpen, again, they did it Sunday, 8 1/3 shutout innings. A's with a walk-off. But for the Giants, they will be trying hard to add on. It'd be up to Sean Manaea and whoever else comes in for the bullpen to keep that from happening. Give the A's a chance to come back offensively. Here's your 3-run home run right now, Cat. Get your A's back in the game.
Scooped up by Panic. Side retired. So the A's put a small dent in it. They get a run on 3 hits. Second inning coming up. 5-1 Giants. The Oakland A's into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. So see if things settle down a little bit in the second inning. 5-1 the Giants lead after 1. Tomlinson, Belt, and Posey here in the second inning. 40 pitches for Manaea in that first inning. They say, Ray, 3 earned runs, 2 unearned. Is that right, or other way around?
1 earned now?
1 earned. Oh, okay. So 4 unearned runs. Tomlinson had a base hit to right field. Knocked in a run. And now the count even at 2-2.
Again, the fielder's choice by Belt at the error 3, and then Posey base hit, but then the next 2 made out. So that would have been the 1 earned run. Still the A's trail. Still scored 5, whether they're earned or not.
Runs are runs, I guess.
That's right. Well, Sonny Gray's last start. 4 unearned runs. The error caused by him, but bottom line, still 4 runs.
Tomlinson toward Chapman. Chapman throws in time. 1 away. So let's check in with Angela for the first time tonight.
Well, Kendall Graveman is excited to be back in Stone on Thursday. And I spoke to Kendall earlier in the clubhouse today and asked him what Sonny Gray meant to him. And he said that what he'll miss most about Sonny is him as a person and his family. Of course, Kendall and Sonny are great friends. Not only were their lockers next to each other, but they lived across the hall from in the same apartment complex in Walnut Creek together. Kendall said that Sonny's son, little Gunner, basically had 2 houses, and their wives are also close friends. He went on to say that the Yankees didn't just get a good pitcher, but a good person. Sonny tweeted this today earlier: Oakland, thank you for everything. My family and I have truly enjoyed our time. The fans have always seemed like an extended family to us. You truly will be missed. Guys, back to you in the booth.
Bruckman hustling over. He's not going to get it. He reaches up. It kicks off his glove. Belt is going to try for second. The throw is just a little offline. Well, Belt has a double. So, nice message from Sonny Gray. Well, we all enjoyed watching Sonny from the time he made his big league debut in Pittsburgh, right? Coming out of the bullpen, and we had heard so much about him. Of course, he was a #1 draft pick. Pitching in the postseason at a very, very young age, and pitching Game 5.
Aroldis Chapman wears number 54 in New York. Surprised it wasn't retired for Goose Gossage, who I think wore 54 also. In Cooperstown, Hall of Fame. And it won't have a single digit. We know that because they're all retired. But he will make his start on Thursday in Cleveland, Sonny Gray will.
Good pitch there from Manaea. Catches lower half of the strike zone, 1-1. Posey had an RBI single in the first, picking up his 46th RBI. So we're being told that Sonny's going to wear number 55 for the Yankees.
Hideki Matsui.
Sean Manaea.
Matsui award in New York. There's Matsui's 55. The MVP of the 09 World Series. Had 6 ribbies the last game. Maybe he wanted to be like Sean, so he decided to go 55. Or close enough to 54.
So 2-2 the count. Hunter Pence on deck. Lowry keeping an eye on Belt at second base. That one's hit hard, fair. Down the third base line, headed for the corner. Belt's going to score easily. Posey's going to have an RBI double. He's knocked in a couple runs already in this game, and it's 6-1.
Pretty good hitting by Buster Posey. As the first at bat, fastball away, went to right field. This time the pitch is in. Watch him pull his hands in. This is pretty special. And even the great third baseman Matt Chapman has turned out to be, could not get to that one. It just kept hooking away from him. Almost, but could not come up with it.
So still only 1 out. Here's Pence. The Giants get that run right back. And action again out in the bullpen. So Michael Brady was up in the first inning. He's up again here in the second. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, the way Sean Manaea, it's just one of those games. It seems that everything he is pitching, and had a chance to give up 1 run in the first inning. Instead, it was a 5 spot, and now 1 again in the second.
That one's hit well. Bruckman going back, still going back near the wall, and he makes the catch up against the deep left center field fence. Just enough room.
Well, Posey did the right thing. He went halfway, and that's what you do with 1 out versus nobody out. Kind of the front foot hitting by Hunter Pence all the way to the wall in left center. Nice play by Jacob Bruckman.
So now Manaea will try to get Crawford. Crawford had a fielder's choice RBI in the first inning. It's a hard slider. He swings and misses. So Crawford now 54 RBIs on the year. Swing and a miss. So a slider away and then a high fastball. 0-2. 89 miles an hour. Swing and a miss. He chased a pitch well out of the strike zone. Side retired, but the Giants get that run back. A double by Posey knocked in Belt. 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the second.
'17 is out now for Xbox One, PS4, iOS, and Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action-packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Your breakout MLB season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at rbigame.com.
Who next is in the park? That's always good. So 6-1, bottom of the second. Don't think that'll be the final score. First pitch to Maxwell is a breaking ball that's on the outside corner, first strike. A little bit high. One of the great memories that we had of Jeff Samardzija with the A's, and it was not a very long time, but remember when he got traded, Ray, and he arrived at the ballpark, and if I remember correctly, he arrived early in the game, right? Game was underway, and we kind of watched him walk into the dugout, and he's a pretty outgoing guy, and remember we had kind of a close-up of him, and he mouthed the words, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Yeah. It came
didn't know anybody.
Came out with no sleeves, and it was cold. Of course, it just come from Chicago, where it can get a little humid and hot. But he was there and pitched well. Just could not get any run support.
Yeah, he did pitch well for the A's. Won 5 games. He had a good ERA with the Athletics. It was 2014. and now 3-2. So he made 16 starts for the A's. And he was 5-6 with a good ERA of 3.14.
That 99 strikeouts, 12 walks. He went this year a long time before walking a batter.
And a fastball 95 miles an hour, and Maxwell strikes out. We were impressed when we didn't have a whole lot of bad outings with the Athletics.
Number 26.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Ray, but he was lined up to start game 1 of what would have been the division series, right? If the A's could have beat Kansas City in that wild card game.
In Anaheim. That would have been the A's ready to travel to Anaheim, but it never took place. But everything lined up. They had Sonny Gray pitch a shutout the final game down in Arlington. John Lester started 7 innings of lights out baseball, and then the roof caved in. Well, in the 8th inning.
If Sonny pitched on that Sunday, then seems like they would have been able to have some margin game 1, Sonny in game 2, right? Probably.
Yes,
Of course, we're dreaming a little bit here, wishing that the outcome would have been different in Kansas City, but it was not. Inside to Chapman, 2-2 the count.
Had a pretty nice contract with the Chicago Cubs. Of course, was allowed to go back and finish the football at Notre Dame. Then finally decided, I think baseball is the sport.
Well, he's got $90 million coming from the Giants to tell you that he made the right decision.
Yeah, I was going to say, between the money and the lack of being brutalized with some of those guys who run 100 miles an hour and hit you hard. As big as the Shark is.
And that one's outside, and he walked him.
He had a collision with Mike Morris in the fight, and Strickland charged the mound. And you talk about both with a lot of hair and flying all over the place. Morris came out with a concussion.
Center fielder, number 38. Jacob.
So a 1-out walk, and here's Bruckman. It does not look like Samardzija is real sharp early in this game.
3-0, 4-pitch walk to Chris Davis. And 3-2 to Maxwell, 3-2 to Chapman before walking him.
Bruckman takes down and in. Bruckman has been a hot hitter. He's hitting .278 now with 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. He's hitting .396 over his last 17 games. Bounces this one back to Samardzija. He throws a changeup, and it goes into center field. Wow. Chapman will go to third. Samardzija was ready to throw it, but there was not a middle infielder there. And then when he continued to throw it, he tried to just lob it there, and it went right over the head.
Well, he got the ball too quickly, but what he should have done is throw the ball hard, lead Crawford to the bag. You have to throw to the bag. And it's the job of the shortstop to be there. If he'd thrown right there and thrown it hard, he would have led Crawford to the bag. Instead, he lobbed it over his head. And instead of having an impossible double play to end the inning, it's now 1st and 3rd with an E1, and the A's have to take advantage of the mistake.
So here's Joyce, who doubled in the first. So the Giants make a big mistake. See if the A's can take advantage. First pitch is at the knees for a strike. So obviously an E1. .94 miles an hour. Crawford, the shortstop, shifted over near second base. Tomlinson over. Chapman tagging up. Chapman's going to come in to score. So the A's get the run home, and it's 6-2 on a sacrifice fly.
Tomlinson had no chance the way he set up to try to throw anybody out. He got on his back foot, and the wind took it a little bit. But nice job by Matt Joyce to get the runner in. And he goes over to the ball and watch him start to back up a little bit. At that point, zero chance. Good infielder, isn't he?
A little bit of both, yeah. More so of an infielder.
Yeah. Maybe the glove's so big he doesn't know how to handle it, because outfielders' gloves, infielders' gloves, much different in size.
So 2 outs. Here's Simeon, who singled and scored in the first. This one down the right field line. It's going to be well foul. Now, what the failed double play will do as well is probably force Samardzija to throw at least 7, 8, 10, who knows, more pitches. He's already thrown a lot.
It's like Sean Manaea, 40 pitches in the first inning. However, if the double play had been turned or even just 1 out, could have been a considerably lower amount. He's the long man now, and someone's happy to have a Bob Manfred, Commissioner of Baseball.
That's the real deal, too. And Marcus Semien tried to hold up, couldn't do it. So the A's get an unearned run, a mistake by Samardzija. A's make it 6-2 after 2.
Partner with Coors Light for a special ticket offer. Visit CoorsLightBaseball.com today. Get 50% off the purchase of up to 8 tickets for select home games, including the upcoming August 11th game versus the Baltimore Orioles. Coors Light and the A's together, our mountain is creating a more sustainable world.
So it's the top of the third. 6-2 is the score, and there's a shot to Chapman on the backhand. He fires across in time, and Hundley's retired. So 1 away here in the top of the third, and that'll bring up Jay Wong.
It's amazing how he caught the ball and took forever thinking, I got a strong enough arm to throw him out, and he did with a very strong throw as always.
Wong goes after the first pitch, pops it up. Joyce has a chance, and he makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the third inning. That's a beautiful thing for Sean Manaea.
Well, the last 4 batters, 2 pitches to Pence, strikeout, 3 pitches to Crawford, 1 to Hundley, 1 to Wong. So that's a good 4 batters considering the number of pitches in the first inning.
So with 2 outs, here's Panic. Slider for a strike to Panic, who had a base hit to right field in the first inning. So 62 pitches now for Manaea, 40 coming in that first inning. There's a base hit center field. Panic's 2 for 2. So no 3 up, 3 down inning yet for Sean Manaea.
Now batting, number 66.
First pitch slider, second pitch fastball, third pitch fastball up and in.
So now to the top of the order in Hernandez. First pitch is a good one at the knees for a strike. Hernandez opened up the game with a double. He batted twice in the first inning. He doubled and then ended the inning by hitting a fly ball to right field. And there's a line drive, base hit left field. So that is 9 hits now for the Giants in 2 2/3 innings.
Ready to get up again. Matter of fact, just stay up.
Just stand there.
Third consecutive inning, and well, 2 pitches, 2 outs. This off the end of the bat, but into left field.
Now batting, number 37, Kelby Tomlinson.
So here's Kelby Tomlinson. I don't think I've ever seen that. The same guy get up to warm up in the first inning, the second inning, and the third inning. Tomlinson takes outside. He has knocked in a run with a single and scored in the first, and then he grounded to third. Strike down around the knees. Good speed on the bases. In there for a strike. That slider almost looked like Manaea took a little bit more off of that one.
Backdoor froze Tomlinson, who thought about swinging. That's a good pitch from Manaea. He can go backdoor with it outside of the right-hander, also hard down and in.
Look at second and the pitch. Fastball away. 91 miles an hour. Five hits in the first inning. And the Giants 2 in the second, 2 here in the third. That one grounded. Simeon has it. He'll go to second, out there, side retired. So a couple of runners stranded. Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be Lowry, Davis, and Alonso. 6-2 San Francisco. Frostbrewed Coors Light. In Bay Bridge history, A's home run leaders. Jason Giambi hit 7 home runs in the Bay Bridge series. Burns with 4, Chavez with 4, Stairs with 4, Tejada with 4. So bottom of the 3rd. That is the Eric Chavez jersey. That is not Eric himself. First pitch to Lowry is in first strike. So the A's with a single run in the first, single run in the second against Samardzija. Samardzija hurt himself in the second with a costly error. Keep an eye on the pitch count with Samardzija. I mean, he's a guy that going past 100 pitches is not a big deal for him. But I say that because last night the Giants bullpen obviously very ineffective. But they also used 4 relievers to throw 3 innings, and they threw 84 pitches.
Well, their starter wasn't very effective either. Matt Cain, he went 5 and left with a lead, but it's hard to get a 12-out save, and the Giants could not do it.
Giants played an extra inning game on Sunday. So they need a start for Samardzija where he goes deep into the game. A's will try to keep that from happening. That one chopped foul. So the count 2-2. Remember we talked about Samardzija when he came to the A's, walked right in the dugout. Hey, what's up, guys? Well, this is it. Hey, the great Mickey Morabito. Hey, what's up? Sorry, no pine tar. Sorry.
Look at all those former athletics in there.
Casimir pitching that day. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Drew Pomeranz.
And that one inside, says Chris Guccione.
He got out of the car in Bermudas. Came out with no long sleeve and a little cool, but Shark thought he had it at 94 good. Two-seamer. He throws it very effectively inside to the left-handers.
There's a shot toward right field. Pence going back, and Pence reaches up and makes a nice play. That was a shot hit by Lowry.
The key for the outfielder is to catch this ball, is get a good job. Looked like Pence, who was playing deep anyway, but a very quick play, quick move to his left. And had it all the way.
Let's go. So with 1 out, here's Chris Davis. Davis with a good swing. So month of July is over. The A's finished July 12-14. The Giants were 9-16 in July. So we move out of July into August. And when we flip the calendar, we always like to tell you who was good and who was bad in the month of July. And that's what we're going to do. 0-2 to Davis, who walked in the first inning. That one is outside. Alonso to follow. So the A's first 4 months of the season: 11-14, 12-15, 12-16, and 12-14. Quick look at July. Dodgers were the best in the National League, 20-3. That's right. That's not a typo. Astros were very good. Stanton with 12 home runs. Odor with 10. Clayton Kershaw. How about Jose Altuve? He did not quite hit 500 in the month of July. Just 485. James Paxton was terrific for the Mariners. Kershaw, although Kershaw is now on the disabled list.
Let him take a month off, get back ready for postseason.
He'll be healthy at about the right time.
Looks like Sean Manaea's finished his. Brady is throwing again, and you would think pitching now is going to be coming into the game in the 4th inning.
Center field. Gorkis Hernandez goes back, turns around, waits, and he's got it 2 away. Chris Davis must have got that one out off the end of the bat a little bit. But yeah, Brady is throwing like he's coming in. Put it that way.
Number 17, Yonder.
Sean Manaea has 5 days to figure it out. He was scheduled, assuming it stays in rotation, would pitch Sunday. That would be the final game in Anaheim.
So here's Yonder Alonso. Samardzija looking for his first 3 up, 3 down inning. So with August here, the A's schedule in August has 27 games, 13 home, 14 away. So 27 games in the month. That's a busy month.
But as always, the off days always seem to occur in the early part of the season, and then play every day, at least in August. On 27 to 30 days you're playing. That's a heavy schedule.
I just realized, Ray, we will go to Anaheim twice in August.
Yeah.
At the beginning and at the end. Of course, we'll be there this weekend, and then the final 3 days of August, we also go there. Pitch foul back, but these are home quite a bit in the next couple weeks. In San Francisco tomorrow and Thursday, and then 3 in Anaheim, and then right back home. Monday's an off day at home. That's a wonderful thing. Mariners for 2, Orioles for 4, and then the Royals for 3. So that's a 9-game homestand. So a nice stretch of being in the Bay Area. A's will travel after the game on Thursday night, so we'll have a late arrival in Anaheim. Two and two now to Yonder Alonso.
He's worn out.
Yeah, I think he's ready.
Yeah,
he's got a CG out in the bullpen. Complete game.
You don't think about once you get up, you're going to come in. That's not been the case for Brady tonight.
This one hit high and foul. Pitch down and in, so good battle here, and the count is 4.
Yeah, 4-run lead. It should be a fastball. Try to get him to go after a slider, which he did not offer. And that's what he's done so far. Just the 3rd innings, up to 58 pitches.
Came right at him with a fastball, 94 miles an hour.
Number 10 pitch coming up, as he did challenge him. Posey wanted the pitch up a little bit. It was not probably up as far, but Alonso, good job. If he expects to see fastball after fastball, this might get his 23rd.
And a swing and a miss on what was not a fastball. Yep. A little cutter maybe. So 3 strikeouts for Samardzija. He gets his first 3 up, 3 down inning.
It's right around the corner. Make one more summer memory with the A's at Summer Family Fireworks Night. It's presented by Chevron. Saturday, August the 12th. It starts at 6:05 p.m. against the Orioles. Bring the kids, sit on the grass, and enjoy these animated movie-themed fireworks. Visit athletics.com/fireworks.
6-2 Giants lead. It's the top of the 4th inning when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Michael Brady comes in the 4th inning. So a short start for Sean Manaea tonight.
And Bob Melvin made the move on Sunday, taking out Jarrell Cotton, trading 5-0. Simone Castro got a big 3rd out, and that was the beginning of 8 1/3 shutout innings. So trying to do it again tonight, trailing by 4.
8th appearance for Michael Brady out of the University of California. How about 4 good innings from Michael Brady? There's a strike. So 6 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in 70 pitches. 2-1 pitch is hit deep to right field, down the line. That's trouble, and that is gone. Right down the line. That go into the 2nd level.
Yeah. Higher than the foul pole. Pulled the hands in. 3rd home run. You could see or saw at the bottom the 2 home runs that Brady had given up. Now 3. Pulled the hands in. And it was crushed. A no-doubter. A ball that just tumbled, floated, and crushed.
Well, it did go over the foul pole.
Yeah.
And not quite into the 2nd level. So that is the 17th home run for Belt. So here's Posey, who's had a good start to the ballgame. A single, a double. Both of his hits have knocked in runs. Swing and a miss, pulled off that one. Third time in 8 games he's allowed a home run to the first batter faced. Oh.
Well, they call the pitch he threw a cement mixer.
the old cement mixer.
And it just did exactly that. It just floated right up.
So what you're saying is it spins but doesn't really go anywhere.
No. Just kind of spins.
2 pitch up the middle, and that's going to get through. Brady reached up for it. I think he felt like he probably should have grabbed it. So Posey is 3 for 3. And let's check in with Angela. Where are you at, Angela?
Well, guys, I'm at the right field bleachers with the whole crew out here, including mother-daughter duo Amanda and Cheryl from San Ramon. Cheryl, how is it being here? Isn't it a little risky with what you're wearing, being in the right field bleachers?
These guys are like family out here. I come on different days, and so they accept me out here. So it's not too bad.
Amanda, how is the family rivalry?
It's a lot of fun. It's those 4 games during the year that Mom and I can just go and jab at each other a little bit in good fun as always. So it's a lot of fun to have that rivalry.
And we were talking a little bit about what's going on when you guys go over to San Francisco, right?
Yeah. Our bleacher crew is combining with left field a little bit. And so tomorrow we're invading AT&T for a gold out. You're going to see us. We're definitely going to stand out for sure out there.
Well, excited to see the gold out. And guys, there's a message from right field Will. He was doing a walk around during the 4th, and so he wanted to say a shout out to Glenn and Ray. Guys.
We don't know who that is. Have you ever heard of right field?
Never.
I have never heard of him. But definitely we appreciate whoever that is.
Definitely wouldn't claim it for sure.
I do not recognize that name. But thanks anyways. We're lying. He's our good friend.
He's everywhere.
Yes, he is.
Go to a city, go to the park. Don't expect to see anybody. All right.
Go to a minor league game, he may be there.
Hey, Will.
Swing and a miss. So Pence strikes out. He's 0 for 3.
Now that was Ken Wilson who went to minor league games.
That's right. Former A's announcer.
Now batting, number 35.
Hunter Pence is going to wonder
how
he missed that.
That's right. Considering Belt almost hit the second deck.
So with 1 out, here's Crawford a run in. 7-2 San Francisco. Crawford has reached on a fielder's choice that scored a run. He later scored in that inning. And he struck out. You know, some of these Giants having down years. The main people, except for Posey, having down years. You saw Crawford's numbers this year, hitting right around 230. And Lowry drops it, is able to flip to second, on to first, not in time. So it would have been a double play, but Lowry just could not pick it up cleanly. So fielder's choice.
Well, there's the hop, came up a little bit, and he stayed down. And usually it's just the opposite, but at least got the 1, and Crawford runs too fast. So there's twice that Crawford has hit a ball, 1 to first, 1 to second. And both times ends up being a fielder's choice because the double play was not able to be turned.
So here's Hundley. Hundley is 1 for 2. And one hit was a big one. A home run in the first inning, a 2-run shot.
Hit it at the right time, right place, and just over the jagged edge.
Those are the final 2 runs scored in that 5-run first inning. Right to Simeon. And that'll do it. Another run for the Giants on Belt's 17th home run. 7-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. Dustin Pedroia is placed on the disabled list. His knee's been bothering him. The Mets call up their best prospect, shortstop Med Rosario. And Jeremy Guthrie has announced his retirement after 13 seasons in the big leagues. Red Sox didn't need Dustin Pedroia tonight. They had an unbelievable game against the Cleveland Indians. Back and forth, back and forth. And the Indians thought they had the game won, but the Red Sox got a 3-run walk-off home run. Is it Christian Vasquez? Cody Allen. This could not get the final out for the Indians. On the ground, right to Crawford. Throw across the diamond. Healy's retired. Check on the scores a little bit later on, but we are keeping a close eye on the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers. That game is in the 9th inning with the Mariners leading 8-7 in Arlington. And I say that because the second wild card team, the Kansas City Royals, lost. If the Mariners were to hang on and win that game, they would be a game and a half out of the second wild card spot. So they are in it. So check that out.
How about Baltimore just 3.5 back? That's amazing.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're starting to play better. They won 4 in a row.
And if the A's would have seen him at the beginning of the season, who knows what would have happened. Now they're going to see him in a couple of weeks, maybe one of the hottest teams in baseball.
There's the Mariners trying to break that stretch of 15 consecutive seasons without going to the postseason. So they want to get off that list.
Well, postseason, their president said they should win it all this year. That was what he said in the offseason. See you at the parade. That's a long way to go, and for a team that's never been to the World Series.
One-two pitch to Maxwell. High fastball, foul back. Phillies leading the Angels 1-0. That game in the 4th inning down in Anaheim. Maxwell takes strike 3 at the knees. 4th strikeout for Samardzija. What was that, Ray? A little cut fastball, maybe?
Backdoor cut fastball. And just nailed the outside corner perfectly.
Third baseman, number 26, Matt Chapman.
So here's Chapman, who walked and scored in the 2nd inning. Strikeout leaders in the National League. Samardzija 5th.
Max Scherzer hit a home run and then had to leave the game. Neck spasms. Looks like it's going to be day to day. See so many guys going on the DL. You have to worry and be concerned about pitchers, position players. You know, 10-day DL, that's where they go, but they understand a lot longer.
In the air to left field, looked like it maybe got in a little bit on Chapman. And Tomlinson grabs it, side retired. 8 in a row retired by Jeff Samardzija. 7-2 as we head to the 5th.
Sports California is brought to you by Mr. Pickle's Sandwich Shop. Tri-Tip, that's California's go-to barbecue. Introducing your new favorite sandwich, only $9.99.
It's the top of the 5th inning. Wong leading it off. He'll be followed by Panic, and then Hernandez 8-9-1. Giants lead 7-2. They scored 5 in the first. And Michael Prady, his 2nd inning of work. Chapman spins around and throws out. Wong cuts in front of Marcus Semien. So 1 out. Let's check back in with Angela.
Well, Josh Phegley has welcomed a new addition to the family. Calvin James was born July 5th to proud parents, and big sister Stella, who is very excited about her little brother. Josh is on the DL with a strained oblique injury, but one of the bright spots is that he gets to spend more time with family. And I got to catch up with Josh in an exclusive interview for First 5 California. So go to NBCSportsCalifornia.com to check out the full interview. Guys, back to you.
We'll look forward to that. Look forward to Josh Phegley getting back from the disabled list. One pitch to Panic. Chapman handles a tough hop, smothers it, throws across. He was playing a little bit in, and that's that in-between hop, and he really just kind of smothered it, made sure he held on.
Off the end of the bat as well, and had a funny spin, came up with it, cratered it, and once he gets it in his hand, done deal. He's got a very strong, accurate arm. Amazing. You watch him, he's always looking at the dugout because he doesn't know the player, so he's being positioned by Chip Hale, who is the infield coach, or Steve Scarsone maybe. If you're not playing, first of all, you're facing as a hitter, you're facing the pitcher for the first time. Also defensively, you just have to be aware of where you're supposed to be playing. They have the positioning, they have the scouting reports, and that's why the coaches spend a lot of time at the yard.
And sometime soon, Chapman probably won't even need to look at that.
No, it's. He comes in on ball so well, has a very strong arm, so he can play pretty much any place he wants to.
Right field for Matt Joyce. So the A's have a 3-up, 3-down inning. It's a beautiful thing. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It'll be Bruckman, Joyce, and Semien. 7-2 San Francisco.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
Was some of the great action from last night. Marcus Semien, of course, with the grand slam. The difference in the game. 8-5 was the final score. 1-1 to Bruckman. Bruckman hit that ball back to Samardzija in the second inning, which really looked like it would have been a double play, but Samardzija threw it into center field. So it was the air on Samardzija. The A's ended up getting an unearned run in the second inning. That's the good news. The bad news is since that play, Samardzija has retired 8 in a row. He's got 4 strikeouts. He's walked 2.
He may have sat on the bench a little bit too long in the first inning while his club was scoring 5 runs. That's a long time of wait because they go down to the bullpen, they warm up, come sit down, and all of a sudden it's a good half hour they're sitting and waiting after throwing and getting loose. So he started to settle down, gets loose, appreciates the run support.
There's a line drive and a base hit to right field. So Bruckman stays hot. And he's got a leadoff single. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. Last grand slam for the Athletics in a Bay Bridge game. Mark Ellis did it in 2007. And the A's beat up on the Giants that day 15-3. In fact, it got a little weird. Steve Klein was unhappy. Ellie said, I'm just going to run the bases. Steve Klein kind of lost his mind that night. That was May 18th, 2007. So A's have hit 3 grand slams in the Bay Bridge Series history. Matt Stairs back in 1998.
A pinch hit grand slam. That's pretty special. Pinch hit home run's great, but a grand slam.
Matt Joyce has a double and a sacrifice fly. So he was 2 for 3 last night. Scored 3 runs last night, walked a couple times, so he's had a good series so far. Outside, misses with an off-speed pitch. Here is the Matt Stairs grand slam. We're going way back now, folks. Looks like Candlestick Park in all its glory. 1998.
Drop down Steve Reed.
That's hit well to right field. Punt, Pence turns around, and that baby's gone. And now it's 7-4.
Man, that sounded like a home run. Left his bat very crisply. So Matt Joyce, number 14. Zach Wheeler in New York against the Mets, but that's a big one. Because a 2-run shot helps the A's get back a little bit. Make it a 3-run game. So after retiring all those 6 consecutively, then base hit by Bruckman, 2-run home run by Matt Joyce.
So that's the 22nd home run that Samardzija has allowed. He's done that in 139 innings. So that is a very high number. Tied for 5th most in the National League. One and two now to Marcus Semien.
Matt Joyce, a nice compact swing, and ball 91 just stayed right in the middle of the plate, belt high. And Matt Joyce, he should just drop the bat like Brandon Bell did. A line drive over the out-of-town scoreboard.
1-2 pitch fastball at 95 miles an hour. Semien strikes out.
That's location-wise. You can understand 22 home runs, anything like that. You can see why he's given up a few. Because that at 91 miles per hour just stayed right in the middle of the plate, belt high. Probably went out near right field well.
Joyce, 3 RBIs tonight, giving him 42 on the year. And here's Lowry. Lowry has hit a fly ball to center field, then he lined out to center field. This one is bounced fair. Belt waits to get a big hop behind first base and takes it himself. So that's out number 2 here in the 5th. I got to bring up Chris Davis.
Just want to head towards the dugout just in case.
Davis.
See, anytime a pitcher covers first base should be just a little bit of a breather anyway.
So Davis steps up. He has walked and hit a fly ball to center field. Davis last night was 0 for 3, but he had a sacrifice fly. He also walked. A couple walks in this series, but not a base hit just yet. This one tapped toward Wong at third. It's a fair ball. He grabs it, fires across, and Belt tagged him. Heck of a play by the Giants first baseman Brandon Belt. The throw was well off the bag, and Belt leaped up to get it and then swiped a tag on Davis. The A's will take a look at it.
That angle doesn't tell whether he got him or not. If there's something up the line a little bit more definitive.
Chris Davis has taken his batting gloves off and his helmet off.
Yeah, they're saying no and got him there.
So that's how the inning ends, but the A's creep a little bit closer. Matt Joyce with a 2-run homer. So we are on to the 6th. It's now 7-4. Four game has tightened up a little bit, and Michael Brady goes for his 3rd inning of work. What did we ask for, Ray? 4?
You said 4 shutout. It's not going to get that.
All right, how about 4 with 1 run? That's not bad.
That'd be fine. I mean, after all, 8 1/3 shutout on Sunday. That's kind of asking a lot. The A's did it. Came back and won.
And Tomlinson rips one toward the right field corner. Joyce is going to have to get to it because Tomlinson can run. He rounds second. He's going to try for third. Lowry's throw is just a little late, and it's a leadoff triple for Kelby Tomlinson. Close play at third.
And they just slapped the ball to right field on the hanging breaking ball, just like the same one that was hit. The breaking ball that was hit by Brandon Belt. This one down on the corner, especially slicing it, and the speed. That triple written all over, especially down on the corner.
They fall over if you look back.
That's right.
So the infield comes in. Belt the hitter. Swing and a miss. Belt has reached on an air, doubled, homered. He has scored 3 times. Belt had 2 hits last night, so he's had a big series, and now he's behind in the count 0-2. Four for 7 with 2 doubles and a homer in the series. Fastball is high. Hit a towering homer right down the right field line in the 4th inning.
An amazing thing how he pulled his hands in, and once that happened, it's a matter of staying fair and throwing the foul pole. Remember, these are short. In Toronto, we saw how tall the foul poles were with the 5th deck.
He lays off that one low, 89 miles an hour. So 2-2 the count with Posey to follow. Giants now with 12 hits. 9 of them have come from the first 4 hitters in their lineup. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Brady gets a big strikeout.
Yeah, 4 fingers for Posey. I wouldn't pitch to him, but see what they're going to do. Pitch him carefully because he seemed to be making contact with everything. 3 hits tonight, and it would be a 4-pitch walk. Good fastball and a good strikeout. And if they can set up a double play, but this is the big one. Getting the strikeout and Belt.
Number 28, Lester Posey.
So Posey's intentionally walked, and can't even put down at 3 pitches because he just put down 4 fingers. That's all.
So 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Here's Hunter Pence, who is 0 for 3. 2 fly balls to center field and a strikeout. And this one's hit high and deep to right field. Joyce is going back, and that one is gone. Off the scoreboard, or on top of the scoreboard, a 3-run shot, and it's 10-4. The Giants lead.
That ball should have been hit up. That was a breaking ball that just did not. He got under it, stayed up, and opposite field. Look at this location. That is a ball that just, like I said, it should have been hit. It just tumbled right in the middle of the plate. He's really not thrown a sharp slider tonight. Everything has been up, Belt, and now this one opposite field. And really not much of a chance to get a double play on that one.
So Pence hits his 8th home run of the year, and that one hurt. So the Giants, who do not hit a lot of home runs, we know that. Last in the National League in home runs. They've hit 3 tonight. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. Crawford is reached twice on a fielder's choice. This one is grounded right to Lowry. So 2 away. And that'll bring up Hundley.
Now batting, number 5, Nick Hundley.
Hundley has one of those 3 home runs. A little bit bigger crowd tonight than last night. Tonight it's 38,871. Last night it was 38,391. So it's a few more people through the turnstiles, but all in all, 2 terrific crowds. Foul back. Hundley's home run was a 2-run shot in the first, and then since then he has grounded out twice. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So a big hit for the Giants. A 3-run shot from Hunter Pence. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Giants 10, A's 4.
Dennis Eckersley bobblehead presented by Chevron Extra Mile when the green and gold take on the Rangers August 26th. That's at 1 p.m. Enjoy family fun and this bobblehead only at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
So more work to do for the A's. They keep coming back, but then the Giants keep adding on. So it's 10-4. Bottom of the 6th inning. Going to be Alonzo, Healy, and Maxwell against Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija through 5 innings, giving up the 4 runs, 3 earned. He's got 5 strikeouts, and he's got 86 pitches. So Bruce Bochy would love to get a couple more innings out of him. We'll see if that can happen. If the A's can keep climbing their way back into it. First pitch to Yonder Alonso is hit on the ground, but right to Crawford, who is shifted right behind second base. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Samardzija coming into this game 7th in the league in innings pitched, 6th in the league in strikeouts, and 6th in the league in home runs allowed. And he's allowed 1 tonight. So here's Healy. A couple of ground outs for Healy. 1 to second and 1 to short. The first pitch a touch high. Well, the Mariners hung on to beat the Rangers 8-7 in Arlington. Nelson Cruz hit his 22nd home run. For the Rangers, Odor hit his 24th. Joey Gallo hit 2. He's got 27 home runs. That one runs in on Healy.
Well, surprised they found a home for him someplace
somewhere.
To play.
Yeah.
Filling in for Beltre for a couple of months, and Sean Manaea gave up one of his rare home runs to left in the game at Arlington with Joey Gallo on a breaking pitch, but at least he learned from it. Don't want to throw slow breaking pitches to a left-hander anymore.
Well, the Mariners have won 4 in a row. They're 2 games over 500, and they're a game and a half out of the second wild card spot. So that is updated now because the Rays won. So the Rays and the Mariners a game and a half behind the Royals. Popped up. Belt. Looks like he's going to have a play, and he does. Well, so Healy's retired.
Tampa Bay went out and made some moves.
A little bit, yeah,
to help themselves down the stretch. And there are 3 teams that's really standing out: the Dodgers, the Nationals, and the Astros. At least right now, those 3 teams running away with their respective divisions. And I don't know that I'd want to be into one of those 3 going into postseason, because it may be a couple of months before they actually play another meaningful game. They're just kind of coasting through.
That's true.
Just get into postseason, and boy, a 5-game series. What a difference a 7-game division series would make. But at this point, it's just 5.
Yeah, the Rays beat the Astros 6-4 tonight. Archer over Fires.
You can have all the rested pitchers you want, but if something happens and they don't and aren't sharp. Think back to the Mets whenever Daniel Murphy was just doing everything.
Sure.
The Division League Championship, got in the World Series, and that was it. From series to series, just didn't happen. The Royals ended up beating them, but that's how quickly it can change. That's why you have to have good pitching going to postseason in a short series.
It'd be interesting to watch Yu Darvish with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Because they are expecting a lot from Yu Darvish. We've seen him a lot. I don't think Darvish is as good now as he was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I know he had the arm surgery, but would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I agree. I just, at least the A's.
Well, yeah, and the A's have always had pretty good success against him, but he's just not the same pitcher.
No. I think it's going to be a matter for Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach, Dave Roberts, to convince Yu Darvish to use his good fastball. That's probably been the biggest issue. Wants the strikeouts, and I think the Dodgers getting him, they want wins. They don't care about strikeouts.
Samardzija, a long look in. Now he's ready. 2-2 pitch. Toward left field. Tomlinson trots in. Waits. He's got it. So 6 in a row retired by Samardzija. And we're moving to the 7th. 10-4 the Giants lead. the Happy Hour, also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Beautiful night all around the Bay Area. Very warm in the East Bay. My car reached triple digits today, Ray. I don't know about you.
Absolutely. Yep.
So when I left my house, it was 100 degrees. When I got to the Coliseum, 81. That's beautiful, isn't it? Just watch the temperature fall. So top of the 7th inning. Wong, Panic, and Hernandez against Michael Brady, who is entering his 4th inning of work. Maxwell sets up inside. The pitch too far inside. And count even at 1-1. Wong has walked, hit a fly ball to right, and grounded to third.
Looks like at this point it's Brady's taking one for the team, because initially when it came in, I think Bob Melvin was hoping that could keep him there, but the Giants have added 4 on a couple of home runs, and it's made it a much different game. 6-run deficit now by the Athletics. Get a reliever coming in throwing 41 pitches, then this guy's going to stretch out a little bit, stretch the knees out, hamstring.
So 3-1 pitch is high, and that's a leadoff walk for Wong. And let's check in with Angela again.
Well, guys, I'm with Stan and Sarah from San Francisco, who just got engaged in the 4th inning. Good work, Stan, on the ring. How nervous were you before the proposal?
Not nervous. She was the one.
That's it? That's all you're giving me?
Yeah, that's all I'm giving you. That's all I got.
So he did it on the scoreboard, and when you saw it, what was your reaction? I mean, were you so surprised?
I was very surprised. I asked him if he was serious.
So, Sarah, yeah, like, what happens when you guys head back over there? How is this going to work out?
Back to the Bay, we go celebrate.
And tell me about, your whole family's here, right?
Yes, a little bit of them, yes.
And you've been a lifelong A's fan. How did you guys meet?
I was actually walking my dog, and Stan was walking to the dentist.
True story, yeah?
True story.
Easy as, you guys. So those online daters who are jaded, there is hope. You can find love the old-fashioned way. Whatever the scoreboard outcomes are, love between both sides of the Bay. Guys, back up to you.
All right, so he did good work. She said yes. That's really all that matters.
I saw Sarah's up there, like, Sarah, will you marry me? And I didn't know what the outcome was going to be, but now we do know, because it was on the big board.
Yeah, it's always good when the outcome is what you had hoped for.
You never know, though. You know.
Well, no. I mean, it's.
We've seen some where they've thrown water in their face. You know.
I like that the gentleman had confidence.
Yeah.
I would think you should go into that situation with some confidence.
I would think if you're going to do that in front of almost 40,000, you better have a guarantee, like 100%. No. Well, let me think about it.
Chapman has it. Fires to second for 1, on to first, double play. So 5-4-3 double play, and there they are. Congratulations to both of you.
California Ford dealers. Well, the Shark got 5 runs the first inning before he took the mound. Had a 6-2 lead, and then a big opening up. But Jeff Samardzija is pitching well. He gives him some runs, and he can definitely pitch well enough to take it deep in the ball game. It looks like he's going to get at least through 7. See what happens after that. But the Shark, a very strong young man, and he's showing it tonight.
So Matt Chapman to lead it off against Samardzija here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the A's have 3 more shots to string together some runs, make it interesting late. He's making it interesting in the 7th inning. Good crowd tonight, over 38,000, having fun. Samardzija kicks and delivers in the first pitch, a check swing strike. Samardzija this year, the most pitches he has thrown in a game is 119. He's also thrown 115. He's thrown 114 a couple of times. So he's a big, strong guy, like Ray said. Crawford dives. He's got it. Gets up. His throw is not in time, and it rolls past Belt, but Posey's backing it up. So Crawford with a nice play, just did not have enough time to throw out Chapman, who runs extremely well.
Well, once you leave your feet and anybody with speed, it's going to be difficult to throw him out. And Matt Chapman able to scoot across the bag for a base hit, but Belt knocked it down just enough. Chapman hustling down the line, and sprinter speed able to beat it out. But the fact that Belt did get the glove on it, did not roll all the way to the sidewall.
So here's Jacob Bruckman. Bruckman has reached on an air, and then he singled and scored. Bruckman has been one of the A's hottest hitters recently. His average had fallen under 250, but now it's back up and it's at 281. So we're starting to get some movement out in that Giants bullpen. Hit well to left center field. Hernandez going back, and Hernandez makes a terrific catch right in front of the wall. He and Tomlinson came close to colliding. Hernandez, who's a very good outfielder, made a heck of a play.
Pitch was up, and that's why Dave Righetti called the bullpen. Ball slicing away, but an excellent read by Hernandez in center field, running behind Tomlinson, and really had it all the way.
A step onto the warning track, couple steps onto the track. So a long out, 1 away. So here's Joyce. Joyce, good swing on the first pitch. He has had good swings against Samardzija tonight.
Fastball, bell tied 91 miles per hour, and it did not take long to get down to right field Will. He probably caught it. No, if he'd have caught it, he'd have told us about it. You know, one thing Bob Melvin did when the A's were at Citi Field and playing the Mets, brought up an extra position player because it figured in the National League Park, you've got the pitcher, you need an extra player. We'll see what happens if that is the case starting tomorrow. And I say that because Barry's still going to stay in the game and throw a lot of pitches. I'm not saying he's going to be sent out, but
Panic has it to Crawford on the first double play. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Samardzija gets what he needs, and we're on to the 8th. 10-4 Giants lead. You can now stream the A's on the go with NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app. It's presented by your Northern California Honda dealers. 8th inning, Michael Brady out there for inning number 5 for him. He came in the 4th. Curve for a strike to Kelby Tomlinson. Tomlinson's had a good ball game. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Check swing roller and it's foul. So quick 0-2 count. Tigers beat the Yankees 4-3 at Yankee Stadium. Sanchez got the win. Sabathia got the loss. And we told you about that crazy Red Sox game where the Red Sox won it in the bottom of the 9th over the Indians 12-10. Christian Vasquez with the 3-run homer to walk it off. The Indians actually scored 2 runs in the 9th inning against Kimbrel to take the lead. I didn't think it was possible to score 2 runs against Kimbrel, but the Indians did. But final score, Red Sox 12, Indians 10. So Red Sox win, Yankees lose. That means they flip-flop in the East, and now the Red Sox are back on top by a half game over the Yankees. So those two great rivals, they're going to battle it the final 2 months of the season. So the AL East is going to be fun to watch. The Rays 4 back. Two pitch, foul, straight back. Orioles beat the Royals 7-2 in Baltimore. Bundy over Kennedy. The Royals still 2 games back of the Indians in the Central and holding on to that number 2 wild card spot.
It's going to be tough for the Royals and Dayton Moore, the general manager, and the Royals in general, if as they approach the trading deadline they were in contention and all of a sudden they fall apart the last couple of months.
Yeah, that would be a shame.
That's not what you're going to look forward to, because they have some parts they could move, and they still could move them with the waiver wire. These guys got to be free agents anyway. But man, they kind of hard to maintain sustain some sort of a great run throughout a year. You'd figure you're going to have a little bit of a time when you're not going to be playing as well. The Royals hope that's not the case for them. The A's will see them here next, actually long homestand.
3-2 pitch is high, and Tomlinson has a leadoff walk.
And Brady might be pitching on fumes right now. It's 52 pitches for him in his 5th inning, and it's one of those where Scott Emerson, Bob Melvin maybe said, take one.
Well, last night the A's had 21 base runners in the game. Tonight the Giants have 19 base runners. Chris Davis goes back. Tomlinson's going to tag, and Tomlinson's going to try for second, and he will make it standing up. So Tomlinson read the scouting report. He quickly got back to first to tag up. So he's at second with 1 out, and here's Posey.
Now batting, number 28, Buster Posey.
Very nice to be blessed with that kind of speed.
Yeah, he is fast.
Well, what Pence did his last at bat might change the thinking of the A's this at bat. Posey has been very hot both games, so the intentional walk, while it was a good move, the bad pitch to Pence made it look like a bad move.
First pitch is a strike to Posey. Posey is 5 for 7 in the series, with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. This one chopped. Simeon has it. Simeon throws in time. So 2 outs with Tomlinson going over to third. The Giants bullpen is empty. So that, I think that double play helped Samardzija out a lot.
Now batting, number 8, Hunter Pence.
The gentleman right there is Corey Garin. He was throwing last inning, so he's pretty much ready to go if needed. Pitch to Pence, just a little bit outside. This is what Pence did in the 6th, and this one really hurt. The A's had cut it to 7-4.
Hanging slider, not surprised that it went opposite field. Very aggressive with the swing.
That one right there for a strike. Pence very aggressive, but could not pull the trigger on that pitch, and it was right down the middle. So Brady now at 58 pitches. Swing and a miss. That's a good point by you, though, about the A's probably thinking about an extra position player for tomorrow.
It might be Matt Olson. He came up when the A's were playing the Mets. Came up for the weekend and brought just enough points for the weekend and was sent back down to Nashville.
But the thing, too, is it's only a 2-game series.
Right.
You know, that's sort of makes it
sadly
more of an interesting decision.
We've seen it all too often that what Brady's doing tonight, and the thing is, as a reliever, and again, whether it's Brady or whomever, we have seen over the years that they have an extended appearance, then when can they pitch again?
Joyce hustling over, and Matt Joyce makes the catch. Side retired. So Giants strand a runner. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 10-4 Giants lead.
Presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 10-13-1 for the Giants, 4-6-1 for the Athletics. Sean Manaea just 3 innings. Jeff Samardzija 7, and he's back out there. 3 home runs for the Giants. Hundley, Belt, and Pence. Joyce a home run for the Athletics. The story right now is Samardzija trying to get through 8 innings. He's struck out 5. He's got 108 pitches. And he's walked 2. So his first 3 innings he threw a lot of pitches. Not the case since then. Just 8 in the 7th inning, and he got a double play to end that inning. But he's a workhorse. And he does not want to come out of the game. Simeon is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second, struck out again in the 5th. Usage comes in.
Simeon, he's pulling off pitches away from him, and they're staying outside with everything from the Shark.
Cue shot. Belt has it. He'll take it himself. That one was right off the end of the bat. So 1 away here in the 8th inning.
Look left, into the right. He's looking to the left, starting to popped it up.
That's a good shot. You don't see that very often. So here's Lowry. Lowry grounds it to Belt. Belt has it, drops it, throws to Samardzija, and Belt stayed with it, and they get Lowry. It was not as routine as you can get. And Belt, who's a very good defensive first baseman, he booted it just a little bit.
Well, Samardzija did his job getting there, and that's what you're supposed to do. Not assume that it's going to be an easy out for a good first baseman. So Samardzija got there. Belt picked it up. Nice little flip. You had Lowry hustling all the way, but nice play by Belt and Samardzija to get the out.
2 outs for Chris Davis. Right down the middle for a strike, 93 miles an hour. Davis has walked, hit a fly ball to center, and grounded to third. Angels have taken the lead 2-1 over the Phillies in the 7th inning. See the Angels this weekend in Anaheim. Mike Trout's back.
All the time that Trout was on the disabled list, the A's didn't play him.
Nope.
So he comes back just in time. Pujols swinging the bat well. Much different club than what the A's saw a few months ago, but still trying to play right down to the end. And think about Mike Scioscia's club. They will do that.
Yeah. They're 51 and 55. Hanger, and Davis had a good swing. He'd like to see that one again. Samardzija knew it.
Well, if you're going to hang one, it's 2 strikes is a good time to do it. Maybe the hitter's not as aggressive.
And that one a little bit high. 2-2 the count. Pitch number 118 coming up. Posey sets up outside. And it's grounded to the right side, right to Pence. So Jeff Samardzija is going to get through 8 innings. So 9th inning coming up, 10-4 the Giants lead. across the bay, and it'll be the final 2 games of this Bay Bridge series. Game 3, it'll be Daniel Gossett and Matt Moore. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. with A's pregame live. So Gossett making his 10th start. Matt Moore, the lefty, really struggling this year. One hit hard, but right to Yonder Alonso. So Crawford goes after the first pitch. He's retired, so Crawford 0 for 5. Jeff Samardzija heading in, jacket in hand.
Now
so he did his job tonight with 8 pretty good innings.
What if he has to pitch the 9th? Let him go.
Knowing Samardzija, he may have. So here's Hundley. Hundley 1 for 4. He homered in the first inning. Curve is low. So no DH the next 2 nights. We'll see what Bob Melvin does with that. Always a significant decision for an American League manager, especially if you have if your DH is a middle of the order hitter type. And for the A's, you're talking about Healy. That one drops down the left field line fair. So Hundley's got his second hit.
I think A's are probably fortunate that's only a 2-game series. That way you don't have to worry so much about the DH, although it will be different for the National League pitchers who do practice and hit. We always talk about it. There's a little slider that didn't slide much. At least it was down, but Hundley a good night.
Well, I guess it's possible, Ray, with Matt Moore a left-hand. In fact, the Giants are going to throw a left-hander.
Most games.
Yeah, Ty Block will pitch Thursday, so 2 left-handers. So you would guess maybe Yonder Alonso would sit one of those games and let Healy play first base. To the backstop. So Hundley will trot to third. So that is where we will be tomorrow night at AT&T Park. Wong has walked twice. He's also hit a fly ball to right field. He has grounded to third. Takes a strike, 1-1 the count. We're in the National League. Both the Cubs and the Brewers won tonight, so the Cubs hold their 2.5 game lead in the Central. That's really the only division race going on in the National League. That's the Central. Cardinals hanging around. Cubs beat Arizona today 16-4 at Wrigley. Inside, and now it's 3-1. .68 pitches for Michael Brady. He's your A's MVP tonight.
That's right. A's bullpen very quiet.
3-2.
Well, Andrew Triggs is recovering from hip surgery, and wish him well. His 5 great innings in Houston last year, and he stayed for a little while.
3-2 pitch. Strike 3 calls. Wang strikes out with a runner at third and 1 out.
Well, the slider that just backed up stayed on the inside corner.
Panic.
See the slider spin, you expect it to be outside. That stayed inside part of the plate.
5 2/3 innings for Michael Brady.
It's not good when your reliever goes longer than your starter.
That's not good, no. So here's Joe Panic. Panic's 2 for 4, a couple of singles early in the game. He's also grounded out and hit a fly ball to right field. So 2 for 8 in the series. And that one rolled right to Lowry, who has it. Side retired, so last chance for the Athletics. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's 10-4 San Francisco.
NBC Sports California is brought to you by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By AAA, what does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details. And by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica.
So last chance for the A's. A lot of work to do. They trail 10-4, bottom of the 9th. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So Josh Osich comes in. We saw him last night. He did not have a good outing. Gave up 3 runs in a third of an inning as he faces the pinch hitter Chad Pinder. So Pinder is hitting for Alonso. No other defensive changes. A little bit outside, 97 miles an hour. It's possible with the 2 lefties starting in the next 2 games that Pinder could get a start over at AT&T Park. That one hit off the end of the bat, foul. 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 118 pitches for Samardzija. He is looking for his 6th win of the year. 1-2 the count. That one hit hard. Wong has it, straightens up, throws in time. Pretty good arm by Giants third baseman.
Time after the Jeep drive of the game, Matt Joyce, who hit his 14th and actually made it a 3-run game. A 2-run shot off Samardzija. The fastball got a middle of the plate, up a little bit, and Matt Joyce, a double sac fly, 2-run home run. And then at that point, it looked at least okay for the Athletics, but if Samardzija didn't allow anything else, and the Giants came back and kept scoring.
One away for Healy. Fastball in there for a strike. Healy is 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a Foul pop to the first baseman. There's a soft line drive. Panic jumps up to grab it. So 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Stay tuned for A's Post Game Live, presented by State Farm, coming up right after the game. Brody Brazil, Jose Canseco, and Dave Stewart.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics.
Phil Lavarnway is going to hit for Maxwell.
Batting for Bruce Maxwell, number 30, Ryan Lavarnway.
Well, this is the case of Bob Melvin. You're right, Pinder. He's got Lavarnway, who'll probably catch at least 1. Who knows, maybe 2 games. And getting at the bat tonight against the lefty, who will probably be facing tomorrow night.
First pitch is fouled, right side. Last night, the Giants bullpen gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. Tonight, they're only needed for 1 inning, thanks to Jeff Samardzija. And now it's 0-2. Osich looks like a completely different pitcher tonight than he did last night. Almost looks like he's more comfortable facing right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters. Believe it or not, that's possible with some left-handed pitching. Oh, 2 to Lavarnway. And that one not close. 98 miles an hour. And there is a base hit to center field. Well, Lavarnway keeps the game alive. Hit number 7 for the A's. And that'll bring up Matt Chapman.
2-strike hitting, and didn't hit it hard, but found the right spot to up the middle.
Now batting third baseman, number 26, Matt Chapman.
So here's Chapman, who has walked and scored, hit a fly ball to the left, and he has singled. An infield hit in the 7th inning, so 1 for 2. First pitch called the strike. Just in case things start to develop here for the A's, the Giants get Garin up in the bullpen. No swing, 1-1 the count. Some of the crowd still hanging around, but a decent share of them have headed for the exits. In the dirt, 2-1. Great seeing lots of fans in the upper deck the last 2 games. There's a strike on the inside corner. So now the count even 2-2.
Yeah, Posey wanted it down on the ground, kept putting his catcher's mitt there, maybe just to keep him down in the zone at 96. Perfect location. Tried to fool him with a changeup.
And it's not close. So now the count is full, 3-2.
Back to changeup, you'd think it's going to be a 3-2 fastball. Straight down. that speed.
Oh, man.
That Exmo?
That's breakaway speed. So full count. They're trying. Not close, and it's a walk. So the A's with 2 on and 2 out.
Boch just isn't very nervous at all. He's just there. And maybe Bruckman finds a way to get on, might change a little bit. I'd like to think a 6-run lead in the 9th inning should be enough, but baseball, you never know.
And it's the life of a manager, right? Last night Osich comes in and he's terrible.
Yeah.
But as the manager, you got to figure out a way to get the guy his confidence back. So let's get him in there the next night in a game where we're leading 10-4. And he gets the first 2 outs and then a single and a walk. And now he's all over the place. This one chopped to Crawford, who waits, fires to first, and that's how this ball game ends. So the A's strand a couple in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Giants do what they need to do tonight. They score early and they score often, and they even up this series at a game apiece. So time of game 2 hours and 41 minutes. The crowd tonight 38,871. The final score tonight, the Giants 10 and the Athletics 4. Coming up, A's Post Game Live presented by State Farm. The guys are standing by in the studio. Brody, take it away.